Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 57, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Tennessee Titans, and it comes your way next.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. We count down to kickoff in what should be an epic one here, as it'll be the AFC champion Tennessee Titans taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thrilled to be with you guys. And, boy, you think that they're having fun on Broadway in downtown Nashville right about now? Yeah, just a touch. I mean, what a year the Titans have put together as they search for their first title in franchise history.
And remember, they've only been to the Super Bowl one time before, but now that they're back, I think they can set aside the agony of that appearance. That was back in 2000. They played the Rams. Remember Kevin Dyson catching the pass late in the game, stretching for the goal line and not quite getting there? And that was also the same year of the Music City Miracle.
Yep.
When they got to the, won in the playoffs against Buffalo, got to the Super Bowl, but now they're back. Set it all to the side. Set it all in the past. Here come the Titans trying to win it all.
Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings are back in the big game for the 5th time in franchise history. But we all know one thing has eluded them all these years.
And that's an actual Super Bowl victory, partner. They're 0-4 in their previous visits. Super Bowls 4, 8, 9, and 11. And, boy, they had some great teams, too, didn't they? Bud Grant was their head coach. Fran Tarkenton, a quarterback. Alan Page and the Purple People Eaters on defense. They were all Hall of Famers. And don't forget Paul Krause. He's a very proud member of that great secondary they had. So we're going back more than 40 years since their last visit. You think the state of Minnesota is excited about this one? I know they are. They're ready to get this one going.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. A lane opens here. He's past the 30, the 40, 20. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. Taken at the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. Tennessee brings its offense to the field for the first time, and that means that we get to see the electric rookie out of Liberty, Malik Willis.
You can see it on draft day with each passing pick. The surprise on all of our faces that Malik Willis' name had not been called. And when Tennessee finally took him in the 3rd round, what motivation was there for him? He landed in the perfect place, and now he gets a chance to prove people wrong. And he certainly did as a rookie, guiding the Tennessee Titans to a Super Bowl appearance.
They run with a big man in his 7th season. It's Derrick Henry.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Again, it's Henry. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
A first down carry for Henry. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running from the gun with Henry. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And this is going to be a Titans first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now they'll look to Willis to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1 yard gain. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
3rd down, it's Willis. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line. A good pickup there of 22.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. They'll try the right side with Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Willis out of the gun. And finding the tight end, Hooper. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. Now Willis to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch a game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
They'll run for it with Henry. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
1st and goal and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry taking it in from a yard out.
And the Titans are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
On for the point after is Randy Bullock. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And Derrick Henry able to finish it off with a touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
And despite his long and productive career as a starter, he had never made it out of the divisional round prior to this run. Now he has the Vikings on the precipice of achieving the franchise's first Super Bowl in its 5th attempt.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with Cook.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
On play action, Cousins. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack.
Well, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time,
under pressure, and they got to him again.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback, Maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota.
And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
One quarter done, 3 more to play here in Super Bowl 57.
7-all is the score.
And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it again with Henry. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
Henry running right.
Taken down at the 47-yard line. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here.
And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
They go play action with Willis.
Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Henry up the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes.
75 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And the busy night for Henry continues. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. You might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Willis.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Now Willis on 3rd down. That's to Burks, and he's got it. Touchdown, Tennessee.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Titans have taken the lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Traylon Burks capping things off with a touchdown catch.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Usually see those guys out wide get called for holding on running plays. Here, passing play.
Yeah, sometimes when you get this quick screen, bubble screen, anything where they're having to block for their fellow receiver, usually at the point of attack, and this time he got caught.
From the gun, here's Cousins.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. To throw is Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. So the completion good for 7 there. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. We have reached the 2-minute warning. In fact, just under 2 minutes to play in the opening half of this year's Super Bowl.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Goes right back to Smith again.
And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
To the air on 1st down. Here's Willis. This is Phillips yet again.
Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Second and 2. Now Willis.
He's got Hooper on the short connection. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Right back to the air with Willis.
And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Again to throw, Willis on 2nd down.
They set up the screen for Henry.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. So it's halftime here on Sports Grid.
One of the greatest performances of the year usually, but not here. Halftime of the Super Bowl is skipped, and we are on to the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl.
Taken in at the 3.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First and 10 now. Willis and the Titans.
At their own 17-yard line.
On first down, Willis.
And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So first and 10 now from the 30. A handoff running left, Henry. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd and 7,
Willis.
And his throw is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
On 3rd down, it's Willis.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now,
as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense him saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw, Cousins. His throw incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Let's go, man. Get him going, baby.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Cousins to throw it.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Dances by him. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Cousins now from the 50.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
A first down throw for Cousins.
This one brought in by Jefferson.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard.
And the Titans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. First and 10 now. Willis and the Titans
at their own 19-yard line.
1st and 10, Willis.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. A give to Henry.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Third down, it's Willis.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's fourth.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's third down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Here's Cousins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Cousins. And that will be incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And here's Ryan Wright now
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. First and 10 now, Willis and the Titans.
At their own 18.
He'll start with a give to Henry.
And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Willis from the gun on 3rd down.
Flush to his right, and that is incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert, and I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee.
And this returnable for Rager.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
Just one more quarter remains in the season-long race for the Lombardi Trophy here at Super Bowl 57 from Glendale.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Throwing again on second down. Cousins.
And that one almost intercepted. But it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on. But instead it's third down.
I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done.
Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Cousins gives way to Cook, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Here's Cook again.
He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Cook up the gut. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
3rd down. Here's a run by Cook.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. He's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down.
He's got his tight end, that's Smith. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? Well, certainly those are the types of mistakes they're trying to avoid as they attempt to protect this lead late in the game.
And let's face it, they're hoping that this one doesn't cost them in a significant way. Yeah, one guy committed a penalty, but now the entire defense has to pay the price and try and rise up and overcome it.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Cook. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now Cousins.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Made the quick throw there outside the numbers, and you can feel the thought process. They just wanted to get in his hands and let him make a play. But how about the job they did defensively to keep him bottled up? Instead, they tackle him for a loss.
3rd and goal for Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
The kick by Joseph is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Joseph now to kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A one-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock.
They'll try and choose some clock with Henry. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry.
Takes it to about the 37.
Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Derrick Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Willis, he'll look to throw it.
Going for the deep ball. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So Cousins and the Vikings down 14-10, a minute 35 to go. A touchdown could win the Super Bowl as they've got a first down. Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They'll look to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively.
Cousins to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Charles, just a gigantic play right there.
Absolute breakdown defensively, but take no credit away. A huge gain, and that turns things around.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Cousins.
He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now Cousins.
Throw caught there by Osborne.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And they're singing in the Music City. The Tennessee Titans are your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. But the accomplishment, forever.